Hello, hello, hello. Hi. What's up, everybody? What's up, what's up, what's up? I have such exciting news to share. I feel like I have crazy eyes because I'm just so excited. And if you're hearing like plastic wrap, it's because I'm about to eat some banana bread. But I just want to come on here and say hi to you guys. And share my really exciting news. I feel like this is so Taurus of me. Eating with, or talking with my mouth full. Hi, Brooke. I like your handle. Brooke Laredo. Now I'm realizing that is probably like your last name, but there's a lot where I live that's like El Dorado, Eldora, and your handle reminds me of that. Just how I like read the two words together. Anyways, if you guys haven't seen my latest video yet that I posted, I'm working on building a community for you guys that is like a private social media. Like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I cannot contain myself. And this is... I've been feeling a lot of like melancholy lately. Just the recent transits we've had and like where the planets are in both astrology and human design. I mean, they're one and the same. They just give you different specifics around what's going on. Like we had, I think it was yesterday. What is today? Is today the 16th? Yeah, because Valentine's Day was Tuesday and that's the 14th. So yesterday we had a Sun-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius. And Saturn is like the planet of discipline and commitment and wake-up calls. And the sun, anything that is next to the sun gets illuminated, gets like full blast, basically. And so we had that going on yesterday. We also had a Venus-Neptune conjunction yesterday in gate 36 in human design, which is the gate of crisis. And then the Sun-Saturn conjunction has been in the gate of feelings. And right now it's currently in the line of burnout. And what all this means is there's been a very big wake-up call this week around what are your dreams, right? What have you been feeling and how can you hold space for what you've been feeling? How can you honor any feelings of burnout? How can you honor any wake-up call moments that have been coming to you this week of like what you want to do? And it really feels like through that moment, like these moments this week of just kind of being in that darkness, like someone I follow on here made a video about how the dawn is the, like right before dawn, it is the darkest and the coldest moment of the day. And that's really what this week has felt like being really in the darkest and the coldest phase of whatever we're growing through right now in our life. And it feels like we're finally coming out the other side of that. And I mean, last week there's just insane planetary transits happening right now. Like last week we had the sun on, no, not the sun. We had Mercury on Pluto, which was causing this like mental transformation and like death and rebirth kind of process. And now I feel like we're like the dawn is coming, right? Like the sun is starting to rise again and we're coming out of that. And there's so much that's coming through in so many ways that we're moving forward on the plans that we've had, the dreams that we've had, the hopes that we've had, the vision that we've had for however long. Like it's finally coming into fruition. And I really feel that with this community that I'm creating for you guys. Like I have had a vision and a dream to create a community of people that want to learn astrology and human design together and like bring all of you together from all my many social media platforms in a space where it's like we can all connect and learn together, and it's coming together. Like the dawn is coming. Okay, I'm gonna read your comments now, guys. Yeah, there has LOL this past week or more have been, yeah, melting emoji for sure. Not Taylor says, do you have any specific human design website or app that you recommend? My website, astrologyhumandesign.com, is a great place to learn. Oh, you said that. Serene, thank you. Wait, sincerely is what your handle says. Yeah, so astrologyhumandesign.com is a great place to learn your human design. I have ebooks you can download. You can also get your chart there. Apps, I recommend it's called Human Design app is what it's called. It's like blue looking, and it's 555 where I am right now. I don't recommend, like I have a whole video on this. I think it's in my Human Design Basics playlist. I posted it recently, like the human design apps that I don't recommend. I don't recommend My Human Design. I do not like that app. I mean, if it resonates with you, power to you, but as a professional human design reader and educator, I do not recommend My Human Design. I like Human Design app, and Genetic Matrix has an app as well, and they have a great website too that if you're, wanting to go deeper into your chart, Genetic Matrix is a great place. You can see your sleep chart and other aspects of your chart too. And yeah, my ebooks are great guides to be able to read your chart if you want to understand what it all means. I don't do emergency readings, no. I do live readings. I can do one for you right now if you want one. I would have to get set up. It might take me a second. Because I just literally was like, my sacral, I was like, go live right now. Like, you're super excited about this. With the crazy eyes. Jamie, is Mark feeling the repercussions of his decisions? Are you talking to someone else on the live? Okay, let me go get my lappy toppy. And then I can do a live reading for you, sincerely. Man, today has felt, I'll have to add the link to my bio as well. I think I took it down. Yeah, so I'll publish that. My live readings are $44. The link for that is published on my profile link. And then just send me your chart information however you want to send that. And I'll pull up your chart. Yes! Yes, we can get a queue of readings going. So I added the link. You'll see it if you click up there, go to here, and go to my profile. You'll still be on the live. There's a link in my profile. It's the only one there. The first at the top, it says TikTok live readings. And then I have 3 different options where you can send payment. And you can also send me your birth information through the email that's listed on that page or here in the comments of this live. So just let me know how you guys want to send me your birth information. It might be easier to do it if you guys all do it through email, and then I can... Sorry, I'm like multitasking. Then I can have like a little line going and keep it organized so I don't miss any of you guys. And I think that's it. Yeah, so I would love to do a reading for both of you. Just getting everything set up. Oh, I forget I have 2 emails. Classic manifesting generator. And there's like 17 tabs open on my browser right now. Okay, sincerely, I got your payment. Just let me know how you want to send your birth information. Email is, let's do astrologyhumandesign@gmail.com. That's probably the easiest one to send to. Brooke, the only person that would be in front of you is Sincerely so far. That's the only payment I've seen come through. And the readings are about 5 minutes or so. Which, let me enhance effects. Timer, boom! This timer makes it so fun. Because when I get into chart reading mode, I am in just pure channel mode. And pure channel mode is like, it just starts coming through. Let me get my astro chart set up as well. Okay, Stacey, I got your email, but I'll also need your, like, month, day, and year. I just got your time and place. And you can just put that here if you want, if that's easier than sending another email. Oh gosh. Okay, I just pinned a comment for those of you that are just hopping on. Stacey, I'm not sure if you were on here when I said that I didn't get your month, day, or year, but I will need that as well. And I'm getting everything else ready right now. Okay, got it. Got it. Moving to Virgo rising, right, Stacey? I think it blocks it out of the chat because it didn't show up for me. And then last time I was on here live, someone said they commented it and I didn't see it. And then TikTok like had a message at the bottom that was like, some comments have been filtered. was like, what? So I guess maybe they're blocking it from being seen in the chat. I don't know. It's weird. But anyways, I got it. And let's see. It's just giving me trouble pulling up your... Okay, there we go. Thought it was Libra rising. 3:05 a.m.? It's showing me, what county? Because there's, like, Kings County, there's Delaware County, there's, I don't know how to say that, Catarg? Oh my gosh, I do not know how to say that. It starts with a C, county. Catarargus? Kings, okay. Let's see. Brooklyn Kings. Yeah, it's giving 28 degrees Virgo. It does say 2-4 splenic projector. You'll see, yep, 28 degrees Virgo. You have a lot in Libra, though. Okay. Was there anything specific you wanted me to look at or go into? Hi, Face Buddha, welcome. Doing a reading for Sincerely right now. Let me know. Let me know if there's anything you wanted me to look at. Or else I'll just get into it. I forget what your original comment was, Stacy. Was it about human design? I know the basics on the design. Would love to know gates and degrees. Okay, well, I'll just go to what I'm called to if there's not anything specific you want to know about, because we would be here for hours. If I was to go into all that. Yeah, okay, we can focus on this year. Let me just pull something up. Okay. All right, let's go into it. Okay, so Stacy, you just entered a 12th house perfection year. So this birth year for you is going to be about closing out cycles, and really going to be a lot of lessons around taking care of your mental health and probably increasing your relationship with spirituality and your spiritual practices. Like, that is a huge focus for you right now. It'll probably involve a lot of like just strengthening psychic abilities, intuitive abilities, mediumship, which when I pulled up your astrology chart at first, I was like, that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what you're supposed to be like pursuing. You might feel like it's more easy and it's more comfortable to be really in the material world and deal with like physical things, physical items, physical products, like if you own a business, which is also very aligned for you if you don't already, very aligned for you to have your own business. You have the channel of entrepreneur in human design, and you're not meant to like really stay in the physical world. Like, you will always have roots there, but you're really meant to grow into mediumship, spirituality, intuitive abilities, you know, all those types of things like Reiki, the Akashic Records, astrology and human design, all these kinds of like occult modalities are what you're meant to be growing into and pursuing. And, oh, we have the same incarnation cross, which is like your literal purpose. And this one is all about directing and guiding energy. So you're really like, especially as a projector too, it's like you're really a guide for people. You're really here to help people and like lead them and guide them and help them to come to terms with their own inner truth, and awaken to their own, what's that word? Dharma. Like, you're here to connect people with their life purpose, and really bridge that gap through some sort of like psychic work, some sort of like mediumship, some sort of intuitive ability that you have and are meant to harness through taking action towards learning it, taking action towards practicing it. Like, a personal story similar to this in my life is like, I didn't know I had psychic abilities or I could channel or I was even intuitive at all until I found myself just watching a bunch of tarot videos on YouTube. And through watching all those tarot videos for months, I learned tarot. And then it excited me so much that I got my first deck, and then I just loved pulling cards, and I pulled cards for all my friends, and I would send them videos of like what cards I pulled and what they were saying, and they always would come back and be like, how did you know that? Like, that was so spot on. And I was like, I don't know. And then come to find out, that's what it means to be intuitive and like be a channel, and use your psychic abilities. So I feel like, Stacey, that's like really what you're here to grow into and use. I mean, especially with your sun and Pluto being in your third house, like in Scorpio, like, oh my gosh, come on. And it's in gate 44, which is the gate of like, and this is part of your incarnation cross too. This is part of your purpose. And this is half of that channel of the entrepreneur, is bringing things that we've done in the past, like outdated systems, outdated ways of doing things, right? You really bring this like new approach, like that whole like marketing strategy or concept of like new and improved. Like, you're here to bring that to the world, and probably through some sort of, like I said, intuitive abilities, intuitive gifts. Which is funny, the gate that your sun is in the line, it's, you know, your 2-4 profile, so it's the second line where this, where your sun is in this gate, which is management is the name of it, which I think is funny. It's like, you're here to, I feel like eventually, like, manage people to bring these intuitive abilities into what they're doing, like, innately, like maybe bringing more of a focus on psychic abilities and intuition into corporations. That kind of thing could be really aligned for you. It's almost like it prompts a little bit of a shock factor too, but it's going to come through you just sharing your personal gifts around that innately, if that makes sense. Yeah, you have a insanely strong intuition. I mean, your Mars is in gate 57, which is the most intuitive gate in the whole human design system. And first line, it's like you have to practice it, and you have to do a lot of research and gather a lot of information around like what it means to have an intuition, what it means to strengthen your intuition, like taking a course or like working with a mentor, you know, that kind of thing, so that it strengthens your own confidence in your intuition, because you do have to have that solid foundation of knowledge before you feel comfortable in sharing your intuition, or before you feel like confident in it. And it's going to take repetition, and it's going to take like working it to grow. You know, your intuition and confidence in your intuition is like a muscle. You know, to build muscle in the gym, you have to go to the gym. To build confidence in your intuition, you have to use your intuition and share it. And it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel like unstable at first, but that's how you'll build stability. Okay, so let me read your comments and see. Don't know what to do to tap into spirituality, or what I should be doing. Mentor, yes, I've been manifesting that. Yeah, I feel you. I don't know if you're here on the beginning of the live when I was talking about, it's like we're in this kind of incubation period right now where things feel really confusing and melancholic, but that won't last. And I feel like I said at the beginning of your reading, like this year will really show you how to strengthen those abilities, and like you'll really feel like by the end of this year, by your next birthday, you'll feel more solid and more like you have the things to help you with that, because they've come in this year. But really this month is like a transition month. So it's normal for you to feel like just confused and like in this kind of like literal transition period right now. Really need guidance and support, especially when I'm so consumed with motherhood. Yeah, for sure. It could also be, you know, that it comes through motherhood, or like your children help you to awaken to that, because children are so, depending on how old your kids are, like so innately in that world already. So just like paying attention to what they're saying and like, you know, how they embody that natural, just like source divine energy could help you too. And like, you know, being a projector, like following what is already coming in terms of like what people compliment in you, what people recognize, like, oh, how did you know that about me? Or how did you know that I was going through something today? Like you gave me a call, or, you know, just little things like that. Like it doesn't have to be so big as like becoming a famous tarot reader on YouTube. Like it can be in these really small ways too. So just bringing awareness to the different ways it can show up. And trusting your like instantaneous knowing. Yay, you're so welcome. Okay, Toby. Okay, I saw that you put your information in the Venmo thing, so I'm gonna pull that up real quick, and then it'll probably pause the video. But then I'll be back. Pause the video. But then I'll be back. Let me see. Yay, I'm so glad that helped, Stacy. Okay, Toby, is there anything... I think you commented something. Is there anything specific you wanted me to... Oh no, that was someone else. Oh, you asked what would be the most important aspect we should ask about. Depends on what you're currently going through, and what you want to know about. Otherwise, I'll just use my intuition and go towards what stands out to me. Most of my readings are focused on, this is just my style, are focused on life purpose and like what direction you're headed, how you can align with your life purpose, that kind of stuff. Oops. Facebook asked, yes, can you talk about the not defined centers? So I go into that in my ebook. I have an ebook on understanding your charts, astrology and human design. And I go through all of the 9 energy centers and what it means if you have it defined, colored in, or if you have it open or white. So my ebook is a really great resource for knowing what everything in your chart means, especially the centers. Whatever you're drawn to, my purpose would be great. Okay, awesome. Let me just double check I have everything pulled up. March 21. Yay. Wait. Okay. Leo rising. Do I have that right? Let's get into it. Oh my gosh. You have the incarnation cross. Wait, you're a reflector? Is that right? Is that right? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Ah, cool. I love it. Okay, awesome. Oh my gosh. So I was drawn right to your purpose, which is your incarnation cross. And that is the vessel of love, which is all about learning how to love yourself, love humanity, love being on this earth, and share that with people, which is really in line with being a reflector too. Like being a reflector is, you probably know this, you're like 1.5% of the population. Reflectors are less than 2% of the population, super rare. But reflectors' purpose is to be like a mirror to humanity. And you really thrive within a community, especially around children, where you can offer your unique insights, your unique guidance, and really what you see as being a necessary shift for people to make in order to, and you know, bringing your incarnation cross into this, in order to love themselves and love others and love being on this physical earth better. So that's really like, it sounds so simple when we chalk it down to that, but that's really like what your purpose is about, is showing unconditional love to yourself and others, and that inspiring like this ripple effect of unconditional love. What makes your incarnation cross are the gates in where your sun and your earth are, which makes your profile. So they're all deeply intertwined. And your sun and earth on the conscious side are in gates 25 and 46, which gate 25 is the gate of unconditional love. It's like Christ consciousness energy, really embodying unconditional love and that like Jesus kind of energy, whether you're, you know, Christian or not, it doesn't really matter. It's like the energy of that. And then your other gate that I spoke to where your earth is in 46, which is the love of the body. So you're really here to learn like what practices help you to love yourself and love your body and love being in the body that you're in, and love your design as well. The line that the gate 25 is in is sensibility. So you really have, and being a reflector, this is so in line with being a reflector too, like you really have this sensitivity to people in your environment, and you can really feel when someone's genuine or not. You can really feel when, you know, someone is aligned with themselves or not. You can really feel people's intentions without even knowing a whole lot about them. And that's really what you will bring to your community too, where you can like be like, okay, yes, this person's really genuine. They would do really well in this, you know, position or in this whatever kind of thing. Or this person, you know, there's something else going on behind the surface that, you know, they're presenting this front, but there's something that's off about their energy. So you can really gauge that for people. And I'm almost seeing this like energy, and I don't know how this would play out as like a career or whatever, but it's like you're kind of like the gatekeeper because you have this like sensitivity to people's energy, and you bring this like, oh my gosh, it says the recognition that innocent action does not in of itself guarantee success. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you're this gauger for communities or for organizations where it's like that person, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it's like that person has good intentions, that person would do well, or that person, you know, has ulterior motives, they wouldn't do well within this organization or community kind of thing. Maybe like being a part of the hiring process of an organization or something. And then gate 10, so those are two of the 4 gates that make up your purpose. The other 2 is gate 10, which is behavior of the self, which is all about like, it's also about loving yourself. It's about loving what you bring to yourself, to your community, and to the world around you, even if you don't always know the ripple effect of how you inspire and empower the people around you. It's just like bringing your own sort of awareness to that of yourself, of like being your own cheerleader in a way, like telling yourself, yes, I do bring amazing things to the community. I do bring value. I do bring myself, which is enough, because like you really do have this energy of like unconditional love that people feel from you, even if they don't acknowledge it or like consciously know it's there. And something that's unique about you is you have a lot of repeating gates. So like you have these gates that I've spoke to in other places in your chart, which just kind of amplifies the message of them being important in your life. And that's a really big part of like your purpose, is to grow into loving, you know, what you bring to the table, what you bring to the people around you, what you bring to your family, your community, what you do for work, like loving all of it and really living from that love. Okay, let me take a look at your astrology real quick. I feel like too, like similar to what came up for Stacy, like you could bring a lot of intuitive abilities and knowledge around that, mediumship, psychic gifts, the occult, like Reiki, Akashic Records. Like you could really bring a lot of those things to your community. And I feel like working with children is very aligned with you too, like some sort of education when it comes to children. And innovating people's relationships, helping people innovate their marriage, their family dynamic, how they, you know, parent, all that kind of stuff, like is what I'm seeing for you based on your astrology. Okay. How is that all sitting with you? Working on that. Yeah, I feel you. It takes reflectors, it takes so much patience with your process and getting to know your energy, because, and this is why your strategy is to wait a lunar cycle, right? Because it takes that amount of time to know yourself. And that is like a lot of amount of time. Whereas like me being a sacral manifesting generator, like I know what I want right now. Like I wanted to come on here and connect with you guys, right? But for reflectors, it's like sometimes you know what you want to do right now and your body will communicate that. But sometimes it takes time. And we don't live in a society that's set up to have that like patience and time that it really requires to get to know yourself in your process. I've been learning to trust myself. Yay! Yeah. I have kind of a large community, relatively speaking, of reflectors on Twitter. And I was asking them like, okay, for snap decisions, like how do you make like day-to-day decisions? Like what do you go off of, right? Like your decision-making strategy is to wait 28 days. Like how do you do that when someone asks you to go to lunch or something like that? And what they said was that they trust their body and how they feel, and listening to that, as well as what you said, Toby, like your intuition. No one wants to wait 28 days. Yeah. Man, it reminds me of, I was driving to get coffee today and like I couldn't even wait like a minute for this guy to not turn right on red. I was like, you're gonna wait till the light turns green. But that's like the society that we live in. Like, so you really, it takes a lot of patience with yourself and with the world too, to like learn how you operate and learn what clarity feels like, what clarity looks like. But it is a gift. It ultimately is a gift to be a reflector and learn that through patience. I'm doing that as well. If it lights me up, I go, amazing, yay. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad that you're learning more about yourself and how to trust in these things. Yeah, you guys, Stacy, if you're still on here, you guys both will have to keep me updated how things go for you, because this year feels really, really big for people in terms of spirituality and intuition, especially those of us who have intuitive businesses or want to start intuitive businesses or are starting intuitive businesses. Like this year feels like a really, really big year for that. So I'm excited to hear how everything goes for you all. The love part is hard. Yeah, it takes, because we've spent so long learning a certain way of being, it takes, and this is where grace comes in, it takes a lot of time to learn a new way. Like I'm going through that right now in terms of like for me, the hardest thing has been money and like finances. And I keep telling myself, like, I've been doing so much work. Like, why is it still so hard? Like, and it's like, this is the like, this is part of my purpose, right? This is what I came here to learn and heal from, like, multiple generations of suffering on this front, right? So it's like, it's not even just about like you in this life journey, but it's about what you came here to work through in terms of like your family's trauma and your generational lineage and things of that nature too, which, Toby, you have like a lot of this self-love stuff is in your generational lineage side of your human design. So it's like, that's what you came to heal in, like, from like multiple like generations of your family. So it's not light or simple or easy to like reframe and heal all that. Like, it takes a lot of awareness and consciousness and discipline and commitment. Yes, I will remember you, Stacy. I will. I'm affirming right now. And I'll remember you, Toby, too. As long as you guys don't change your profile pictures, because that is what, or your handles. Or if you just tell me, I got a reading with you back in February, I'll remember. There will probably have to be an association of some sort on my part of like, whether it's your name or your profile picture or like your chart, some aspect of your chart, it will come back. I've been healing money trauma too. Yeah, I feel like that's a big one for the collective and for society, because I don't know if you guys saw my video I did about this, but I was doing all these calculations of like, okay, if $1,000 was a lot back in like the early 1900s, and that's still kind of relatively a lot of money today, right? Like, you think of like, oh, I probably don't have like most of us probably don't have like $1,000 to just like spend if something came up that we would need to spend that money for. Like, we probably would have to like, you know, go into debt or ask for support, or, you know, like, most people don't just have that readily available, which is insane, because even back in early 1900s, that was a lot of money. But because of inflation, $1,000 back then, I believe now is like 50,000 or something like that. Like, it's like, whoa, why are we still in this old like paradigm with money? Like, we have so much catching up to do because of inflation. Like, our brains and our beliefs haven't caught up to the amount of inflation we've experienced in the last 100 years. It's pretty crazy. Hey, if all your centers are defined, does that mean I'm not open to learning anything from others? I wouldn't say that. First of all, that's really freaking rare. Like, as rare as it is to be a reflector, it's just as rare to have all your centers defined. I've looked at thousands of charts, thousands. And I have maybe seen, like, I know Dr. Phil, if you guys know Dr. Phil, he's all defined. That's like one of the only celebrities I know. I think besides him, I've seen maybe 3 or 4 other charts that are all defined. Like, it's very rare. And I mean, it depends on I would guess or assume like you're a split definition, some either triple or double or quadruple. And that's really where you learn from the other, is where you're missing gates or full channels. In the case of triple definition in your design, that's where you would learn from others. It's just like you're not taking in your energy centers, right? You're like outputting from your energy centers, but you are learning from the other in terms of like gates and how your centers connect to other centers, if that makes sense. That's a good question. Like I said, it's really, really rare to be all defined. Super cool. Super, super cool. Okay, this was so fun, you guys. Thanks for letting me read your charts. It's so fun to do. I haven't been doing a lot of readings because I've been focused on getting you all that are joining my group program to become a reader, getting you all enrolled and getting the community set up for that, which I'm so excited about the community I'm building, you guys. For those of you that are in my Become a Reader program, you'll get first access to the community. And then those of you that are in my membership will get access after the people in my group program, which won't be very long. But those of you that are already in my like paying courses and classes will get to see it first. And then behind the scenes, I'll be building it for those of you that aren't a paying member of anything that I have created. There will be a free version as well, but I can't guarantee when that will be up and running. But I'm so excited because it's going to be basically like a social media platform for those of you that are interested in astrology and human design. Like it'll be like think Facebook meets like Facebook groups meets astrology and human design. Like that's what it'll be like. Thank you, Toby. I'm so excited. Oh, hey, Ash. I remember your name isn't Ash. That's your son's name, right? But yeah, I'm so excited. So if you're, I'll obviously be posting about it everywhere when it's live, and like you guys can join. Like I said, those of you in my Become a Reader program will get first access and see. And then next will be my Astrohd members. And then it will be open to everybody, which I'm anticipating in the next month or so to have it launched. And there will be an app too. I'm just like, I'm so excited, you guys. And I'll obviously post about it on my social medias, but those of you that are on my email list will get first, not first access, but like you'll know about it first. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. That's like literally why I came on here, is to tell you guys about it, because at first I was talking about, I wish TikTok would let me like post my lives. Maybe I can post them on my YouTube channel. But that's why I got on here, was to tell you guys about it, because I just got off a call with a strategist who was walking me through all the features and how to set up the community. And I was just, while he was like walking me through everything, I was like, oh, there's so much potential with this. Like there's so much I could do. And I have been saying for over a year, if you guys listen to my podcast, you know this. If you've listened to my podcast for a while, you know I've been talking about this for over a year, how I've wanted to build a community for you guys and like have my own social media kind of platform revolving around astrology and human design. And it's like coming into fruition. It's coming. It's here. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's wild, like having a manifestation and holding the vision for what seems like such a long time. I know looking back when like 30 years from now on my second Saturn return, I'll be like, a year is not that long, but it feels long when you're living it sometimes. And when I've so deeply wanted this like vision to come real, but to see it like finally coming in, it's like, I'm so stoked. Okay, well, I'm gonna get off here. It was so fun to connect with you guys. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day and week if I don't see you in the next few days before the weekends. Oh, I think we have a full moon in Pisces, or a new moon in Pisces in the next few days too. So set your intentions. Look at your chart. Where do you have Pisces? That's the area of life that you're going to be setting intentions around during this full moon. So write them down, share them with someone, make a vision board. Go do it. Put your intentions out there and they will come true. All right. I love you guys. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you next time. Bye, Stacy. Bye, Toby. Bye, Ash. You're so welcome. Bye, everybody else. Love you.